Hi, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Affiliate ABCs. I'm your host, Deborah Carney.
And I'm your other host, Vinny O'Hare.
And today we have a WordPress, well, I'm not going to use the word guru because we're anti-gurus here. We have a WordPress expert. And Roy, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Roy Weissman. I'm from buildmysiteforfree.com, and we want to make it super easy for non-techies.
Right.
I love it.
And this is the second of a series of three podcasts. So if you're listening to this and you get a little lost, make sure you go back to affiliateabcs.com and find part one. Because part one, we explain to you why you should use WordPress as a content management system. And in this episode, we're actually going to explain a little bit more on how to maximize using it without telling you the how and why again. Now we're going to tell you the what you should do and what you should use. And then in our third part, we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of some really good plugins that make your WordPress site very powerful. So, Roy, one of the questions that I've had lately on our Blogging ABCs podcast too is there an SEO value to posts versus pages? Or, like I like to say, is there a method to your madness of using posts over pages?
Well, I think first you have to understand the difference between a page and a post. A page is something that's static. It's like an About Us page. It's something that's informational, and it's something that's not going to change. It's like an evergreen kind of bit of information. So you would want to make a page for things that are static on your website, like About Us, Contact Us, or you might have just informational pages, all about our product if it stays the same. A post is a page. I liken posts to like moving pages, because when you make a post and then you make another post, the other post moves down the page. Kind of like on Jay Leno, when the next guest comes on, you move down the couch. Kind of like that. And every time you get a new article, the guest moves further on the couch till finally he's off the couch, and nobody knows where that article went. And that's just the nature, because WordPress was originally designed to be kind of like a blog journal kind of thing, but it's morphed into both a blog and a website. So now one thing that's a very big difference a lot of people don't realize, if you want to use an RSS feed, which you should be using, and every WordPress website and blog has an automatic RSS feed. If you just take the name of your website, like buildmysiteforfree.com/feed, that's your RSS feed. Now your pages do not go in the RSS feed.
Exactly.
Your posts do. So, and of course, as we all know, you want as many people as possible reading the stuff you write. And we want to make sure you get it distributed around the planet Earth and onto the moon too. And a page is not going to make it out the front door of your house.
Okay.
So you've got to do posts if you want the action. Posts are going to get your action. Pages are information. They're both going to get indexed in Google, but keep in mind, Google likes new things. Google eats up every time you post something new. They get all excited and come back to your website and read about it. It's kind of like a little kid. Wow, something new. Let's go get it. Everybody loves new. And pages are like old school. Oh, that was there last week. That was there a month ago. I don't really care about it. Unless, of course, on your page is the secrets of the universe and you have 12 million links going to it from every educational institution on the planet, then your page might really rank high, kind of like the famous one. What is that? Download now. What is that for Adobe? What is it? The Adobe one? What is it? Click here to download or something?
Right.
Yeah.
If you type in click here, they're number one. And that's a page. But nobody really cares about it. But it's kind of humorous that they're number one with 4 billion links to it. But that's not really the purpose of a page. So you really want to use posts to get the excitement and create the new. And pages are informational, pages are like anchors that you want. They're like the cornerstones of your house. But the posts are the constant new meals in the cafeteria. How's that for an
Yeah, I like that. And I like the Jay Leno reference. And
off the couch.
The fact that, when the other one moves over, as long as you're still on the couch, the two can interact. So like you can, they read the new one and then they go back and then they read the older one. But once they're off the couch, they're gone. But couple interesting points that I like to make about pages. The other thing you can do with pages is make roadmaps into those old posts. So you can make a page that's informational and that has links to relevant posts about what the page is about. So that helps with the evergreen and helps with the SEO side of it by giving yourself some internal links into some older content. So like on Affiliate ABCs, we have a lot of podcasts now, but they aren't all grouped the way people can listen to them about a specific thing. So we're going to start adding some pages that group together some things so that they're easier to find. And so Google can remember that they're still back there. And with your RSS feeds, I'm sure we can talk about this a lot in the final program. But in this instance, the really important thing to remember too about RSS feeds, like you said, you want people grabbing them, but you also need to know that there are plugins that will help you get your RSS feed into your Twitter stream, onto Facebook, into something called network blogs, and plus into the where they ping the normal directories where there are a lot of
And
RSS.
to the moon.
And to the moon.
Exactly.
And you can use your posts to send newsletters. I think most of the major newsletter companies allow this. We work with Aweber, so we know that each blog post or each group of blog posts can turn into a newsletter, an email newsletter that gets sent out. So, all right. So now that we know the difference between posts and pages, what's the next step? We need to make our site look pretty.
Well, you want to get a theme.
Yep.
A theme in WordPress, they have things called themes, which are the graphic design for your website. And the good news is there's zillions. There must be 100,000 themes. I'm just making up a number, but it's endless themes.
Right.
Thousands of themes. If you go into Google and you type WordPress theme, you find endless pages. But there's a couple of factors for a theme. Always remember, even though there's lots of people writing software for WordPress, you always want to validate and make sure that whatever you're getting is safe and legitimate for your blog. And sometimes it's not just about safe. Sometimes somebody wrote the theme like 3 years ago and it's broken. And then you go and install it and it messes up your program because now it was written for WordPress 4 years ago and it looks nice, but it doesn't work and it kind of screws up your website. So whenever you get themes or plugins, and plugins are software add-ons, you always want to make sure you know where you're getting them from, and you want to be concerned, you want to be careful that what you're getting is a good theme and it's not a bad theme, there's nothing in it that's going to hurt your blog or website.
Yes, and that's a good point about the hurt your blog or website. Especially back in the beginning, there are people that will put hidden links in the bottom in your footer, and you'll never see them because you're not looking for them, but it'll get you penalized in Google. And there are actually themes that also carry malware or adware. And, so make sure you get your themes from a trusted site like yours or directly from the WordPress repository, because those themes have been pretty thoroughly checked to make sure that they don't have, it's okay to give the guy a backlink that built the theme. That's, especially if it's a free theme, but he shouldn't also have links in there to online dating and a pharmacy site and, other hidden keywords.
We're starting to see that less and less,
but only if you get it from WordPress.org. If you go into Google and you do a search, you'll find a bunch of garbage that'll actually hurt you instead of help you.
Now, one thing we did on our site, we have a directory of themes. We have, I think, about 1,400 or more than that themes on our site at Build My Site for free. You can go to the theme section. So there's lots of themes, and we've chosen them from both free themes and paid themes. Now, one thing I want to say about a paid theme, why would you pay for a theme when you could get one for free? Well, remember, you get what you pay for.
Yep.
And a lot of those free themes, they look nice, but they're not as customizable as you might want. And also sometimes they have limitations. And like Debbie said, the person who gives you a free theme, they're doing it for a reason. They want the link back to their site. They want credit. You may not want to give them credit. So maybe it's better to pay. And it's not a paid theme's not even that expensive. Their paid themes as little as $25 or $30. And the beauty of that is you not only get a theme that has more customizable options, but you also get something that's going to give you support. So therefore, if you put the theme in and WordPress changes, they're going to send you updates for your theme. And you can also have somebody to email or communicate with if you have a problem or a question. So that's the beauty, and it's not even a lot of money to pay $25 or $35. And a lot of the themes that in our paid section cost about $30. So it's not a lot of money, and you get something that you have support on and that you can customize more to what you want to do.
And a lot of those bigger premium themes also have their own support forums, so that if a developer isn't available to answer your question, you can actually go search and see if your question has already been asked and answered, or you can put a question in and maybe another user had the same problem and they will come back and they will answer the question for you. So that's over and above the regular technical support, as most of them have a very active development forum or a user forum.
And one thing we did on our site, we have a lot of tutorials, and we actually show you how to install a WordPress theme and a plugin. And we created a resource page for this show at buildmysiteforfree.com/affiliate ABCs, ABCS. And you'll see right on that page, there's a link, how to install WordPress themes, how to install WordPress plugins, and we even have an ebook, how to install WordPress. So
yeah, that's a really important resource, is that little ebook right there.
And it's free. Everything's free. So just come right here. We're going to help you get it installed, and we'll give you a book that'll take you step by step through the whole process.
And I just want to clarify, it's build your website for free.
Build my website.
Build my website for FOR.
No, wait a minute. Build my site for free. I almost forgot. I almost had it wrong.
That was a little test. We were trying to confuse you.
You did. You did well. I failed. What can
I just wanted to make it. I just wanted people to know it's FOR and not the number 4.
Right. Build my site for FOR
free.com
/ affiliate ABCs.
Now that we've thoroughly confused everybody, we'll tell you all that you have to go and get the show notes at affiliateabcs.com in order to find out what the website really is.
It's a secret. Secret CIA. Well, don't say CIA. Secret hidden website.
Secret hidden website. I just wanted to clarify that it was a 4 and not a 4.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so and you make some really good points about premium, and especially for affiliates, there are some very specific themes that have places for your AdSense code and places for your affiliate code, and actually also when we get into plugins a little later, there are many very good plugins to help you manage that. But first and foremost, as an affiliate, you want a website that looks good. So you want to find a theme that does what you want, that's customizable in a way that's comfortable for you, because some people want to dig into the theme more than others.
Me, I'm constantly looking at my website. I want it to be something I want to at least look at.
Yeah. He's been known to change a site just because he says he's bored. It's his own site. He looks at it every day. He's bored.
I also have some ugly sites.
Yes.
But the beauty of WordPress, if you don't like the design, upload a new theme, do a few clicks, and you have a new design.
And with WordPress now, it's as easy as being able to go to the settings page for themes, and you can click and get themes right from within WordPress. You don't even have to go out to WordPress.org. You don't even have to go download it and FTP it and all that stuff. It's actually automatically able to be done on that page.
But they can still look at themes on my website.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to go to the website first. Go to Roy's website, pick a theme, and then go into, if you purchase one or whatever, then you'll have to FTP it. But then you can zip it. You can upload the zip from your desktop.
Right. That's very easy to do.
So yes, that's what we do with our premium themes, is just upload them from our desktop, the little zip file, and it says, do you want to activate? And you click yes, and boom, there you go. Your website has a whole new look.
And we have a tutorial and explanation of exactly how to do that right on that resource page.
And I'm really glad we found you, because people have been bugging me, do tutorials. And I'm like, there's a million tutorials out there. So now I have someone that I know I can rely on to send people to when they say, I need a WordPress tutorial. We'll go to Roy's site.
And also, please let us know. On our site, we have a contact us page. So if you come to the site and you don't see something and please feel free to send us an email from the contact us, because a lot of times it might be there and I could just send you back a link. Or if you say something, geez, we need this, we can make one up. So please feel free to contact us and let us know if you need something and you don't see it.
Okay, awesome. So now the theme, it tells how your site is basically going to look and a little bit about how it's going to act. So now let's talk about plugins. For those that don't know, can you explain what a plugin is?
A plugin is a software add-on that adds features to your website. As an example, if you want a contact us page, you just install this one form, contact form 7, and in 2 minutes you have a page with a contact us, and automatically it emails you. Or another, they actually have a plugin called Easy Privacy Policy. Couldn't think of what to write for the privacy policy? You install that plugin, and in 2 minutes you just have to go in and customize it so it has your name in it, and you have a privacy policy. So,
Roy, you just earned a backlink to your site from all of my merchant sites. The merchants that we manage, we require a privacy policy, and affiliates are constantly emailing us back saying, "What's a privacy policy? Why do I need one? How do I make one?" So there you go.
well, there's a page on our site. If you go to the Affiliate ABCs page that I just gave out, there's a link to the top 12 must-have plugins for WordPress.
Okay.
And on that page, we list 12 plugins, which includes the Easy Privacy Policy, Contact Form 7, All-in-One SEO, Google XML sitemap, a whole range of plugins that everybody should use, and they're all right there, and the links to download the plugins are right there. All you got to do, and you can link, you just go right to the Affiliate ABCs page, and it's number 7 on the list. We'll take you to that list.
Okay, that's awesome. There are, you can do there's ad rotators. Do you have a favorite ad rotator?
I use this thing called MaxBlog Pro, and it's, there's a free version of it, and there's a paid version of it, and I use that for banner ads and things, and it works great. It's very simple to use. It should be in our plugins directory. It's really easy to use, and it just takes minutes. You have it set up, make a few settings, you tell it where you want the ads. You put it in like a widget section. That's another thing, by the way. There's something on WordPress, they have plugins, and then they have widgets. And I don't know why they did this. There's probably a good technical reason for it.
Right.
Well, widgets are basically plugins, but they're a little bit different. You kind of use a widget and you slide it into a sidebar, and then you have something happening there, whether it be an ad, or whether it be a text box, or whether it be a link to something. Widgets are kind of like mini plugins, I guess.
Yeah, and they're good to pull in an RSS feed, like if you want to pull in your Twitter stream or Facebook.
And for the MaxBlog Pro plugin, it uses a widget feature also. It uses several ways to implement, but one is a widget, so you just have it in a sidebar, and boom, and there your ads show up. And it's really simple to use.
Okay. That's really important, because a lot of what affiliates, problem with a blog is, how do I integrate my advertising into this blog? And, do they have to hard code it into the theme? And the answer is no. You can take you can create widgets. Most of your ad programs will have you be able to put something under a post that's different from what's on the main page, or to drop a code into your post template so that ads show up in specific places.
Well, one thing, if you put up a WordPress website, and you should avoid at all possible costs doing custom coding.
Exactly.
You shouldn't have to. I'll give you an example. We put up a Who Is page. So if you want to search for a domain name, you can go to our site, buildmysiteforfree.com/whois, and there you'll find a way to search for a domain name. That was a plugin. And I was like at first I'm starting to figure out how am I going to do this? And then my wife says to me, "I thought you said they have plugins for everything." And she doesn't even know anything about this. I'm like, "Oh." She goes, "Well, why aren't you looking for a plugin?" Oh. Literally in 8 minutes, I had a plugin that was installed.
Go wife.
Yeah.
And she doesn't even know anything about this. She's like, "Well, you always tell me there's a plugin for everything." I'm like, "Yeah." So the next thing you know, I had the plugin.
There you go. So, all right. And, it's so extensible, and there's so much out there. And like you said, you can find a plugin for pretty much everything. And if you can't find the theme that you want, there are people you can contact, like send Roy an email, send us on our contact form, and just say, "I'm looking for X," and, it's out there. because WordPress has been around quite a while now.
5-6 years, I think
Yeah,
2005.
it's very stable. And, the group of developers is really invested in it. They, we mentioned in our first podcast that the way the guys that develop it make their money is by selling really large companies hosting for their WordPress sites. And you mentioned there were some really large sites that use WordPress as their CMS.
The New York Times, CNN, Ford Motor Company, the list goes on and on and on. You'll be amazed how many people are doing. Now, that doesn't mean their whole website is WordPress, but a lot of these major installations have so many parts to their website, and they'll use WordPress because it's very flexible for what they need to do, or it's easy to put up fast, and they could literally create a whole section on a subject, a mini part of their website, in days.
Okay, great. All right. So any closing thoughts for someone who is just getting started with WordPress? Other than, of course, going and downloading your ebook, you want to give us that email, that web domain again?
Yes, if you go to buildmysiteforfree.com/affiliate ABCs, that's where you can get the free ebook, which will show you exactly what to do to install WordPress. And we even have a special offer that if you don't want to do any work, if you're like me, you want to just show up one day and just start blogging or putting your content up. We have a special offer to do that and make it really easy for you.
Okay. And Vinny, closing thoughts?
No, I think we covered it all.
Yeah. He likes that your wife found out.
Yeah, I love that.
But isn't it always that way? Just like she does the same thing. Like I was looking for a friend years ago who had a very common last name like Smith, and I'm like, I'm never going to find him. She goes, well, did you look on LinkedIn? Did you look on LinkedIn? And I'm like, oh. And literally, I looked on LinkedIn, and within minutes, I had the guy.
Maybe you need a site called AskRoy'sWife.com.
That's it. She would like that.
A big 1-800 number.
Like that.
$25 a question.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right. So where can people find you guys on the web? I don't even have a closing thought. I'm just like.
Well, if you go to buildmysiteforfree.com, that's where we are. We have a lot of tutorials and information. Just look at the links. You'll find tons of instructions, how to install plugins, how to install themes. We also have a Twitter, which is Build My Site Free, not Build My Site for Free, because that was too long. So it's just Build My Site Free on Twitter.
Vinny?
You can find me on Twitter /Vinny O'Hare.
And he also has a website.
VinnyO'Hare.com.
And I can be found at twitter.com/Loxley, LOXLY. Or another good resource for you guys is to come on over to forum.affiliatesummit.com and talk to other affiliates about how they're building their sites and using WordPress. And as always, we like to thank geekcast.fm, GEEKCAST.fm, no .com, and listen to a bunch of their other podcasts that they have that are all about, blogging and internet marketing and all kinds of other cool stuff. So thanks, everybody, for listening, and have a great day.